to walk away. "You open it then," I said. He took the deck from me, tore off the wrapper, and sliced through its adhesive seal with his middle finger, the symbol for the 4 of spades tattooed on its side, near the deepest knuckle. He handed the deck back to me, and I took the cards out of the box. Ramsey hiked up the sagging waist of his jeans, swiveled his baseball cap backward, stroked his beard, and waited for me to begin. My heart lodged itself in my throat. I wasn't sure words could get past the dense pulse. "Just point to a card," I said, stretching the cards out like a ribbon as I drew my hands apart. Ramsey pointed to one near the middle. "That one?" I asked. He nodded. "Let's have a look." I squared up the stack and turned it over, revealing Ramsey's selection. "The 2 of clubs," I said. "Good choice. Now, let's take your card." I pulled it from the deck, held it in my right hand, and placed the rest of the deck on a table next to us. And just... I ripped off the card's top right corner, a foot away from Ramsey's face. "Watch," I said, slowly opening my right hand, which held the torn piece. I went from pinky to index, slowly lifting each finger one by one. But when my hand was completely open, there was nothing there. The piece had disappeared. "Check your back pocket," I said after a pause. "No!" Ramsey shouted. He smiled, reached into his pocket, and pulled out the ripped corner. "Aw, man," he said, laughing. "Check it," I told him. "Make sure it fits, that it's from the same card." He brought the 2 pieces together. The torn edges lined up perfectly. "That was really good, man," he said. "You got me. I'm impressed." "But here's the thing," I said, holding out my hand. "Let me see the piece." He placed it into my hand, face up, the 2 in the club symbol, the card's index visible to us. "This is a special card." I paused and looked up at him. His brow crinkled, unsure of what I was getting at. "Because this is me now," I said. "I'm the 2 of clubs. I'm in." 1. Welcome to the Underground. I love magicians because they are honest men. Elbert Hubbard. The strongest magic does not lie. It invites the audience to lie to themselves. Daniel Madison. 1. A way of life. I was homeless. I wasn't living on the street or under a bridge, but I had $188 in my bank account and couldn't pay the rent for my apartment in Brooklyn. I was running out of options. My old friend Nick worked on the 2nd floor of an office building in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and told me that the room across the hall from him had been vacant for a while. It didn't seem like anyone was going to rent it, he said, so if I kept a low profile, I could crash for the summer. We called it an adventure, but technically and legally, I was squatting. It was June 2015. I'd just turned 28 years old, and I'd started freelancing full-time as a journalist earlier that year, and I was dead broke. I accepted his offer, found a subletter for my room in Brooklyn, packed my bags, and headed north. The space turned out better than I had expected. It had a big window that faced the town's north bay, a sturdy desk, and a little bathroom, with a shower just down the hall. Plus Nick, whom I've known since childhood, was there, trying to get his video production company off the ground. I kept my expenses minimal. I bought an air mattress at Walmart, nabbed a 3-piece wicker furniture set for $25 at a nearby thrift store, ate cheap turkey sandwiches for lunch and dinner, and did my laundry at Nick's apartment. With all the basics squared away, I kept my output high. I scoured for compelling story ideas and voraciously pitched them. The great thing about being a freelance journalist is that personal circumstances, squatting in an office building for example, are irrelevant to an editor. All they care about is your idea and how it could blossom into a captivating article. So I unloaded my pitches into editors' inboxes with abandon. I had nothing to lose. I was a young writer with only a handful of clips to my name, but I knew I could convince magazines that my ideas were better than anyone else's, and that I was talented enough to execute them. They didn't have